All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the High School Star League of Legends Season 1 Playoffs. Swiss format round 2 is what we're in now. The stream brought to you in part by your friends at Twitch TV, Newegg, and MSI. I am Brian Kachitikin Trunk, here with Dominant Caster Sato Romer. They're going to be your casters for today. So we're into Game 2 of Mansfield High School versus South Collegiate Institute. And we're seeing South Collegiate Institute picking up the win from the last game, so they'll be up 1 in this game, and they're over on your blue team. And we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, some really great stuff from South Collegiate in game number 1. They were very patient. They took their objectives when they knew they had the time and opportunity to do so, and they didn't ever really force any fights with Mansfield that they knew that they couldn't win. Mansfield, on the other hand, they were just impatient, roaming across the map, going for rotations, setting up death bushes, sieging turrets. And while they were able to pick up a total of 4 turrets over the course of the game, they did end up losing as their fights usually were not as coordinated as South Collegiate. So we are getting into game number 2. We're going to be seeing X-Snipenator again on an Assassin champion. This time going to be rocking that LeBlanc in the mid lane. So a little bit of a different pickup. On the other hand, we're going to be seeing Nubish on Ari this time around.
Yeah.
So should make for a very interesting game. Again, an assassin and a highly mobile mid laner, so looks like these guys are comfortable with having large champion pools. And let's take a little bit of time to talk about those starting items. Looks like they're basically mirrored.
Yeah, pretty much. We're seeing a little bit of difference down in the bottom lane. Braum support coming in. Just to really quickly touch on that, Braum isn't banned in the HSL right now. It's banned in a few other tournaments and whatnot that you might see, but now in this tournament we see Braum coming out here. He's going to be starting off with the target embrace. Leona decides to go with a ancient coin, which is a really interesting decide to go for the start. So just wants to have a little bit more engaged potential here, and it's interesting. Like if they had the Sivir, having that talisman is still useful. So I believe we saw Choco Pocky go for last game. I can't even remember right now.
Yeah, that was Choco Pocky
Yeah,
on
Choco
Sivir.
Pocky.
This time, it's a very mobile bot lane. Ezreal with the Ancient Coin on Leona allows for a lot of engaging and allows for a lot of disengaging, but usually when you use mobility, you're going for a more reactionary-based style. You see the enemy do something and you say, oh, this is the time that we go in. Or you see them out of position, you say, oh, this is the time that we should run away. So, looks like Mansfield, learning their lesson from game number 1, going to be playing a more calm, relaxed style in that bottom lane at least, while most of the other matchups are going to be just about identical. Marcus Hill back on that super powerful Renekton in that top lane. This time, Dark Black taking Shyvana. And again, the exact same thing in that mid lane, despite the fact that it's 2 different champions.
And he's being aggressive here up in top lane already. He's getting a few tower shots going for these trades, but he's really pushing up the lane right now. Wants to get that early game Renekton going, just being a huge bully. It looks like America on top actually wants to come up for a gank onto this top lane, but he was seen by Whistle, so no gank going to happen up there. No ganks coming out, not just yet. And then, I mean, on these 2 junglers, I would expect a few early ganks coming out from Lee Sin. And we might be seeing some later ganks from Vi when she hits that level 6 and gets the Assault and Battery.
Yeah, so far, it's pretty even across the board. We're seeing some major advantages, however, in both the top lane and the bottom lane. Marcus Hill, he is so comfortable on that Renekton. Already 10 CS ahead, going for a dive once again onto Dark Black, and he gets it. Game number 1, just before the 4-minute mark. Marcus Hill taking yet another first blood.
And that was a bit strange here. Dark Black flashed away, then out of the minions, so he took a lot of time with that. Ended up, Marcus Hill was able to turn around, also got away from under the tower. He might have gone down there. It's pretty much just another chance of a 1-for-1 trade up in top lane, but we do see this time Marcus Hill able to get away. Doesn't trade out 1-for-1. He goes back and he buys a pickaxe, so he's going to go for an aggressive build on Renekton here. Most likely going to Tiamat, but he's definitely looking to be an early lane bully up top lane, and getting the kill, first blood, definitely helps him out with that.
Absolutely, and I just mentioned we see Marcus Hill. He's back on that comfortable Renekton pick. Looks like in the bottom lane, we're seeing that same comfortable pickup once again. Captain Jack at 35 CS on Lucian to the 21 of Choco Pocky. This doesn't bode very well for Mansfield in that bottom lane.
Yeah. So, as we're seeing here, early game looking in the lead for South Collegiate Institute. CS leads in the bottom lane is going in favor of South Collegiate as well. Just seeing Captain Jack get a nice lead.
North America looking for a gank in the top lane. Some more action trading in the middle as Whistle looking for yet another kill. Marcus Hill, he's continuing to go 1v2. That pickaxe is giving him so much AD, but he takes a lot of burst. Red buff ticking down. Can he turn this around? He might go down to the burnout, and he gets away with 20 HP. Marcus Hill survives. That has got to be so demoralizing. And in the mid lane, Sniper looking for Nubish. Knows he's out of mana, doesn't have enough. He's not even getting close to that Spirit Rush. He could turn this around. Ethereal Chains and Ignite take away, and Sniper get a second kill for South Collegiate.
Yeah, and that was a really smart play there by Sniper. He waited for Nubish Boy to get out of the minion line just so he wouldn't, hit any minions with any of his abilities. Waited just a second, able to throw, and when Nubish Boy started moving back towards his side, threw out his abilities, picked up the kill. Following we seeing action.
Taco Pocky trading with Glefnir. Valor Vapor doing some great play on Braum, just getting into Choco Pocky's face and forcing him away from his squishy AD carry. He knows Glefnir on Leona can't do that much damage to Captain Jack, and so immediately just bullies Choco Pocky away.
Yeah, and that is just the Braum playstyle right there. Get into the face of the enemy, throw down the shield, block all the damage, and I just wanted to touch on, actually top lane, Whistle getting in here.
Yeah, he's looking for a little bit more action, but I don't think he's going to be able to find it. No level 6 means that neither Whistle nor Marcus Hill can go in, but here comes N America looking for counter gank. Going to toss in the Vault Breaker, and level Dominus 6 is dropped. Marcus Hill is tanking the turret. Dark Black looks like he might go down. He does. It's 1-for-1, but Whistle gets locked down by the experience of Renekton's death is enough to allow Vi to get that Assault and Battery.
The level ups coming in for these guys pretty much on point. Marcus Hill getting that Dominus. He was able to tank the tower, but right when Marcus Hill went down, N America on top at level 6 was able to throw down the Ultra and pick up a double kill. Meanwhile, middle lane.
Nubish gets locked down by Snipenator. Let's see if he gets it again. Another auto attack allows Snipenator to get yet another kill in that mid lane. LeBlanc, the early Fiendish Codex, almost certainly going to be a Deathfire grasp as Snipenator. He's leading in kills, he's leading in CS, and he is going to be taking a solid advantage in that mid lane.
Yeah, this isn't good news at all for the side of Mansfield here. Having a LeBlanc starting to get stacked up on kills in the early game. There's definitely some terrifying thoughts right there. Once he starts roaming around, it can definitely make a huge effect on the rest of the lanes. And the rest of the lanes, South Collegiate Institute looking pretty good. Once again, CS lead for Captain Jack down bottom, and as him and Vapor are just shoving up the lane right now. Same thing for their top laner, Marcus Hill, who has actually picked up a 2-on-1 lead over his opponent. And they're looking good so far during the laning
dive. He finds Vapor, but is just going to drop a little bit of damage. That's a very low health Ezreal. And America getting sniped once again by Snipenator, who also picked up the blue buff, while Captain Jack is able to get a culling for yet another kill. And Nubish Boy getting insect back into Snipenator. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 8.5 minutes in, 7-2 in favor of South Collegiate. They lead at 1,500 gold. Excuse me, that's 2,500 gold. And they are just continuing to snowball this game harder and harder. It doesn't look well for Mansfield.
Yeah, South Collegiate Institute, I mean, they're starting this game out strong and much stronger than last game, a lot less even. And we're seeing a lot of kills just going to the red people. 4 kills to set up on Snipenator. That is going to be very difficult for Mansfield to come back, and with the snowballing comp that South Collegiate Institute have, they're really starting to look good. Whistle as well getting in there, had that good kickback, and their team is just looking strong right now. Marcus Hill is actually going for some pressure. He's roaming inside of the jungle, just putting down some wards apparently, and he is just really controlling this lane.
Yeah, he's going to find N America with Whistle, who needs to make it over the wall with the Sonic Wave. N America gets caught down. Assault and Battery almost about to be off of cooldown. Dark Black trying to get in there, but he's not going to make it in time. Tiamat gives Marcus Hill another kill. He's going deep with Whistle. Let's see if they are going to dive. That's a very low health turret, and he does go for the dive, juking around, dropping the aggro onto Marcus Hill. A huge play from Whistle and Marcus. Here's Nubish looking for the Assassination Ignite, allows him to finally get that shutdown gold on Renekton. It's 9-3 in favor of South Collegiate as they continue to lead, but we're finally starting to see some retaliation from Mansfield.
Yeah, that was a really nice play to set up coming off from the South Collegiate Institute. As actually bottom lane, we're seeing the stun coming down.
Yeah, Vapor making some plays with Glefnir. A lot of aggro getting dropped down. Captain Jack actually gets dropped before Glefnir can turn it around. Snipenator looking like he might get this. He does with Vapor. A quick 2 kills for 1. And while Captain Jack did go down, he is getting closer and closer to being able to finish off that ever so important Bloodthirster. On the other hand, Snipenator 5-0-1. He is doing so well on LeBlanc right now. I half expect him to build a Mage Eyes. That's how far ahead he is.
Yeah, it's just the burst potential coming out from him, and actually bottom lane we're seeing still some action, and Snipenator coming right back down here.
Assault and Battery goes down. North America picks up the kill, but Vapor, he knew that was coming. He's like, you know what? Braum strongman. Braum okay dying to give kill to LeBlanc. And just like that, we have a 6-0-1 LeBlanc with another 1,300 gold in the blank. Marcus Hill, he doesn't even care that Dark Black is trying to bully him out with the burnout. He's going to take yet another turret. Mid lane, dominating. Top lane, dominating. Bottom lane, just starting to dominate. This is a very, very dire situation for Mansfield, and they're going to have to try to turn this around. Yeah,
and just 6-0 start on LeBlanc, really looking strong there, and as you were saying, Vapor just sticking around and then just allows Sniper to come right back down the bottom lane to get another kill. We're going back over to the earlier bottom lane fight with some nice engage coming out. I've been trying to say is hold on top lane once again action, but anyway, Braum Lucian, a really strong combo because Lucian's passive will actually help out with proccing the stun on Braum. Gets 2 stacks instead of the number 1 on the AD carry, so if he does that on ability, gets a double shot, and actually bursts in the middle lane.
And look at that Snipenator, 7-0-1. That's godlike. And whoa, Vapor gets in front of Choco Pocky as Glefnir looks for assassination, drops exhaust. He's doing a good job of CCing down. Captain Jack leads the flash, and he gets bursted down as America comes for yet another gank. They're going to go for the dive, and it is going to be successfully dissuaded as Vapor dodges the slow coming out. A huge play from America. These are the sort of ganks that Mansfield need to make. They've got to start taking objectives like this and try to turn themselves around. It's a 3-man push in the mid, however, that Mansfield has got to contest with, and Marcus Hill in the front line looks like this might be yet another turret.
Yeah, it was a good move by them taking the advantage of having so much CC coming out.
Whistle gets on top. Charm turret falls. This is not very good for Mansfield.
Yeah, and America on top though, hitting level 6, so he's getting a lot more ganks around, and bottom lane especially, having Leona for a lot of lockdown and CC. It's really good there. Yeah, Captain Jack probably helped him out there by flashing into the solar flare. Was not the smartest move by him. And did, kind of flash into the stun, so did go down. However, middle lane, 2 towers being taken down by South Collegiate Institute, so they believe the tower is 3-1 right now, and now they're looking for a dragon.
Yeah, this is South Collegiate going to be taking this almost completely uncontested. And America, he's there on that side of the jungle, but seeing 5 members of Mansfield, he does not want to contest this. And now this is a 13-minute 5-man rotation to take that last tier 1 turret. A counter push is coming out in that mid lane to try to trade for that mid tier 1 turret, but it's going to be 5-2 in favor of South Collegiate. So they're going to take that no problem, bringing them to a solid 7,000 gold over their opponents. 13.5 minutes in. That's nearly about 560 gold per minute in favor of South Collegiate. So some really impressive play. The turnaround from Mansfield is going to be really difficult. They have got to try to get more picks, and while we do have Leona trying to get a solar flare, she needs somebody to back her up.
Yeah, these towers are going down fast here. South Collegiate Institute still pushing in. We're seeing the bottom tower starting to fall as well. I mean, the middle tower is starting to fall as well, so that's going to be going down, but still the push coming out from Mansfield High School onto the inhibitor.
America being dived. He goes down. Assault and Battery locks Marcus Hill down long enough for him to take a few turret shots as Glefnir is baiting Captain Jack and Whistle away. Remember, he's stalling right now to keep them off of the turret. He will go down to Captain Jack, who's at 2, 2, and 3, but in the meanwhile, an inhibitor turret has fallen. Nubish Boy and Dark Black making some impressive plays. They're going to be able to finally shut down Snipenator. That's his first death after 8 kills. Nubish Boy gets CC locked. Vapor looking for the kill. Flash means he's going to get out of this, and Vapor falls. This is the turnaround that Mansfield need, while Captain Jack and Whistle need to bring down the inhibitor before they recall. They're going to be taking a few hits from the minions, and the inhibitor finally falls, but that is so much time wasted while they were sitting there recalling next to the inhibitor. They're going to lose their own because of that delay.
Yep, this will be the inhibitor going down. So 2 inhibitors traded 14 minutes in, and that was just a push decided by both teams. They take it straight to the inhibitor. Inhibitor's going down. Lefner, oh, if only he knew they were right there, they could cancel the recall, so let them go, though. They will be able to
And
get back
Choco
after that.
Pocky dropping the ward retroactively. Marcus Hill gonna be forced to flash out of the Zenith Blade. He does not want to be caught down. But here's Dark Black waiting in the bush. What happens when you walk home, Alligator? You walk into a bush with Dragon. Solar Flare is dropped, but I think that's more just for fun points, as we can see Vapor just laughing in front of Renekton.
Solar Flare, at least.
It was. He managed to get the full stun duration onto Renekton, but Mansfield taking that middle inhibitor is huge. South Collegiate, little bit of miscommunication. It cost them so much time. If they had just sieged the inhibitor and recalled, they almost certainly could have been able to defend their own as a 5-man team, but getting split like that, not moving as a team, that's what's going to end up hurting them. And Mansfield did a great job to capitalize.
So now we're going to be seeing South Collegiate Institute just going ahead, clearing out some waves in the middle lane. So really early on into the game here, we're going to be seeing super minions coming out of the bases. It's just really early on in the game to see that coming out, but it looks like we'll be seeing South Collegiate Institute. They want to push up this middle lane up to the tower right now. And Mansfield High School a little bit spread out.
Push. Yeah, South Collegiate, they're looking for another inhibitor. This is a 5-man push. They're going to be able to clear those super minions quite quickly, and they're now getting onto that inhibitor turret. Let's see if we're going to see the pick come out. The minions are being cleared. Zenith Blade managing to find Vapor. Whistle gets in the front, and this is Glefnir getting obliterated while Vapor drops down a great shield to soak some damage there. Marcus Hill uses the Dominus defensively, but this is now a 5 versus 4 siege. Marcus Hill, he's not too tanky. The culling to clear some minions, but the super minions are doing so much. Marcus Hill getting locked down under the turret. He's going to fall to Choco Pocky while Dark Black gets into the backline. Whistle isolated from his team, goes down as well. Dark Black flashes to survive as Vapor soaks up some more damage from Nubish. Captain Jack, he's trying to bring Nubish down. Is he going to be able to find it? Yes, he finally does. But in the meanwhile, we've got Ezreal running around with a huge Mystic Shot, is able to get an assassination onto Vapor while Captain Jack and Sniper Nader get a revenge kill. But that's 3 for 2. Mansfield coming out on top in that fight despite being down 7 kills, despite being down 7,000 gold, are still in this game.
Yeah, they have to defend the minions inside of the base right now. Captain Jack as well pushing in onto the inhibitor tower. Can't do too much there, but their team coming out on top of that fight is huge for it. Now Sniper Nader 9-1-2. He's a huge threat for his team, but if he does get a lockdown and burst it down, it would be bad. They have a lot of CC on the side of Mansfield High School, and they have a decent amount of damage as well coming out. They just have to hold on to this game long, and they just have to keep trying to focus down South Collegiate Institute's carries. Exactly what they're trying to do here. They're going to be playing a little bit defensively inside of the base right now. Right now, South Collegiate Institute still looking like they're in the driver's seat of this game, but it could definitely change soon. So we're seeing the push coming around. So Captain Jack wants to go back and buy a few items for himself.
And remember,
it's where the next push comes.
It's only 18 minutes into the game. We've seen 2 inhibitors go down already, and we're seeing sieging team fights. These guys are nowhere even close to full build. So this is some major confidence from South Collegiate. Whistle looking for a gank to collapse on the Nubish. Isn't going to get the insect kick as Nubish dashes out. And this is going to be Marcus Hill and Whistle being absolutely caught out by the double gank from N-America and Glefnir. Really powerful rotations, and Sniper Nader, he's looking for the assassination, but gonna get locked down as well. He brings down somebody, dodges the assault and battery from N-America. Actually, that was the vault breaker. While Dark Black continues to provide chase, Culling managing to find N-America in the back. Vapor needs to help out his AD carry, but that is one tanky Shyvana continuing to go to town. Captain Jack trying to turn this around, and this is such an odd fight. It's so protracted. Dark Black, he's now moving on to Captain Jack. Looks like he will finally go down to the face of the mountain shield from Captain Jack as Vapor and Captain Jack give chase. The burnout on the ground, very nearly killing Captain Jack, but 19 minutes in, it's only a 6,000 gold lead in favor of South Collegiate.
Wow, Dark Black gets away with such low health, and just saying the very tanky Shyvana. He doesn't even have boots, but he has enough movement speed to get himself out of that fight. And the fight coming down, as you're saying, very interesting one indeed. Inhibitor almost falls in the bottom lane to minions, and will be staying alive though. And South Collegiate Institute finding a win with that team fight, but aren't able to push anything after it. And it was just as we saw there, Sniper Nader, most fed on the team. He did, kind of temporarily 1v3. He found a nice burst down, but he got taken down so quickly as well because he is just so squishy. And we see more of that coming through. Mansfield High School have a chance in this game. Dark Black is looking really strong with how tanky he's been getting.
Some really, really impressive play from Mansfield. They're finding the rotations, they're finding the picks that are keeping themselves in this. They're really effectively capitalizing on the overextensions from South Collegiate. Now, South Collegiate, they're trying to take this inhibitor once again secure map control on the bottom half of the map, but they've been so focused on ending the game so early that they're starting to slip up, and it's showing. Mansfield, they're turning it around. They're getting kills on Captain Jack. They're getting kills on Snipinator. So really, really impressive play from both teams, but looks like South Collegiate, they're starting to slip up a bit.
Yeah, it's so early in the game for them to just be pushing like this upon an exposed inhibitor, really. This hack been so fast. Here's the engage.
And Gleifnir gets right into the front lines as Vapor tosses out a lot of AoE. Marcus Hill going into the front lines to soak quite a bit. Looks like he is going to go down as Dark Black gets onto Captain Jack, and Snipinator are going to be shielded by the face of the mountain at the last second, makes it over the wall. Captain Jack continuing to chase around with Whistle. Dark Black looks like he might finally go down revenge for that last time that he survived, and that is going to be 2 for 2. But in the meanwhile, we do have the return as Ari coming around from the behind. Noobish Boy trying to find Whistle as N-America is able to finally bring down Whistle. Noobish Boy looks like he might be traded for Captain Jack, who dies to N-America, and Vapor goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, Mansfield take the ace.
Yeah, once again here, Mansfield just looking with a good game right now, and it was just Dark Black really doing his job in that fight, getting to the backline, causing so much disruption. And the thing is, early on into the fight, they used a lot onto Vi, onto N-America on top, who's actually able to get away. He came in for the re-engage along with Noobish Boy. They were able to take out the rest of the fight, and now they're actually setting on the 2-man Baron here. And they're looking like they'll be able to pick this one up.
Yeah, this is going to be really difficult. Marcus Hill making his way across the map to the Baron Pit. Is he actually going to be able to drop a ward and see that coming? He will finally, but it's already down to half health. Snipinator, the only person who can really contest it. Marcus Hill going in. He's going in 1v3. Certainly going to be locked down here as just about everyone is taking damage from the Baron. Marcus Hill finally falls, and N-America left to the Baron and Snipinator. He was a sacrifice there, placed on an altar for Snipinator, who picks up that kill. And now South Collegiate once again going to be on the offensive.
Yeah, they were praying to the League gods right there, just giving up human sacrifices, just like the Aztecs.
But into the Baron Pit. No, that makes sense. And now we do have Vapor going to be trying to defend out for this Baron buff. Now with N-America, there is no smite. Whistle has also got the execute as well. Noobish Boy goes in. True Shot Barrage misses out. And that's actually a steal, ladies and gentlemen. Deathbreak taking the steal. Meanwhile, Choco Pocky is able to get Vapor too. This is such a big turnaround from Mansfield as Dark Black turns onto Captain Jack. He's looking for Whistle. He's looking for Captain Jack. He's going to chase him under the turret. He's got the Sunfire Cape so he can take those hits, and Burnout is going to help him secure a kill while Noobish is going to be chasing Whistle down. A huge turn from Mansfield. They're closing the gold gap to only 2,000 gold in favor of South Collegiate. This is such a big turnaround. Yeah,
and it was just a really indecisive move there by South Collegiate Institute. They had a few members, walking away from the Baron, not wanting to do it. A few members staying in, and they just allowed Mansfield to just jump the wall and take them down, steal away the Baron as well. And that was the steal by Dark Black, I believe. Yeah, it was Dark Black with the steal. He doesn't even have a smite. He's not even the jungler. And Whistle just not able to secure it. And this is Mansfield looking really strong here.
Yeah, the Dragon stealing the Baron there. It's Dark Black, man, just doing some impressive work on Shyvana. At 4-4-10, he's died a few times, but he always manages to find himself in the back lane on Captain Jack, on Snipinator. As long as he's distracting those carries for South Collegiate, Mansfield is going to have a fantastic time. They've got two excellent brawlers on that Vi, on that Shyvana, in addition to the assassination from Noobish and the sustained damage coming out from Choco Pocky. So really impressive play from Mansfield to stagger out team fights in their favor, and just like that, they've closed the gold gap to only 300 gold, now 200 gold. So really fantastic play from Mansfield.
Yeah, so gonna see some attempted push in the bottom lane here. South Collegiate Institute just trying to get back into this one. Looking over at items, looking pretty standard for most guys here, and it's actually starting to be pretty even on when it comes to items at this point. You're seeing 80 carries, both of them going to be going for the Last Whisper, Bloodthirster, Trinity Force. Just some of them had a little bit of a different order coming in here. Ezreal fairly close to his Trinity Force. Lucian gonna have to wait a little while for that Last Whisper, although they should be getting it at pretty much the same time. Supports though, definitely some pretty interesting item build choices here. Braum obviously going for the pure tanky stats. It's pretty much what Braum builds off of just going for pure defensive stats, health, armor, and MR. He has abilities that seal off of all three of those. And that's what he's going for, a lot of personal tank stats. He does have the Face of the Mountain, of course, to put down some shields, but we're seeing Leon going for a lot more team play items here. Has the Mikhail's Crucible. Arguably a lot more useful than Face of the Mountain just because he's able to cleanse some CC as well, put down a heal, and of course Talisman of Ascension, obviously very helpful as well. But we're seeing a lot of grouping around this top lane tower, and it's Mansfield High School finally getting out of the base to look to make a push here. They're Baron buffed up, and they're seeing what they can do with it.
Yeah, this is Mansfield just trying to press the advantage that they know they have. They've got Baron buff, they've got all 5 members of their team, and South Collegiate, they know they're on the defensive. So as long as South Collegiate continue to press forward like this, they're not going to be able to try to retake any gold advantages. Look at the Baron, look at the Dragon. They are so far away from Mansfield, from South Collegiate. If Mansfield wanted, they could just back off and take anything on the map. They're now poking the inhibitor, trying to look for some sort of pick, but they just don't have quite enough poke just yet. And we'll have to see if Mansfield is able to take this inhibitor. If they can take this inhibitor away from South Collegiate without losing their own, that will be huge.
Yeah. So you're going to be seeing this push in, and this actually not going to be engaged just yet, but the inhibitor is falling low. Colin coming off to see what he can do, putting down
looks
some
like we do have Blackbeard going in. The Solars are going to be dropped. Catches 3 members. Whistle gets locked down. The AoE is enough to bring Whistle down. Vapor has got a shield the wrong direction. Marcus Hill in the front line. He just doesn't have enough damage. And Choco Pocky, despite being in the AoE, he falls. Ladies and gentlemen, this looks like it could very well be an ace. No, Vapor escapes with his life, but he is the only one who escapes with his life, as Mansfield are going to be taking game number 2. They're rushing down the Nexus turrets, looking for the Nexus itself. Now, Vapor gets the shutdown onto Choco Pocky, but he's going 1v3. There's no way he's going to be able to defend the Nexus for another 15 seconds. Man America just baiting him around with Nubish. They don't have enough damage to kill him, but it doesn't matter as they're not looking for the kill. They're looking for the Nexus, and Mansfield take game number 2, bringing the series to a 1-1 tie.
Man, Mansfield playing so well in that last fight there. 3-man solo fight coming down. He stacked up on the CC. Pretty much had everything they needed to come out there. So guys, this is a best of 3. We'll be seeing South Collegiate Institute versus Mansfield High School going over to the 3rd game. So guys, don't go anywhere. You're watching the High School Star League Season 1 playoffs, and we're going to be right back.
Cool. All good?